From Atlantic City, welcome to the David Spatz Show. Brought to you by Merv Griffin's Resorts, Atlantic City's #1 casino hotel. Now, David Spatz.
Well, you know, to survive for 80 years is quite an accomplishment these days, but to survive for 80 years in one business, well, that's darn near a miracle. Hi, everyone, I'm David Spatz. We're on location at Merv Griffin's Resorts, and when we come back after this break, we're going to watch some of the great comics of this or any other era take their best shots at Milton Berle, who's celebrating 80 years in show business. And we'll be back with that right after this.
If we want you to make resorts your first choice, then we got to give you a choice. When you arrive, choose our South Park garage or our valet parking. Instead of one new production show, this year we're creating 2. Instead of one award-winning restaurant, you have your choice of 3. One thing we don't give you a choice about is service. We only give you the best.
Oh, darling, would you please take Mr. Berle to my suite?
You've got to come out to Resorts.
Free time is a valuable commodity in today's bustling society. Using it well is an art form, and any opportunity to take a time-saving flight is now more than a luxury. It is common sense. Few areas can boast of an airport with the quality and convenience of Atlantic City International. Centrally located, it is the hub for all transportation servicing the South Jersey resorts from Long Beach Island to Atlantic City to Victoria and Cape May. With $46 million in improvements, its large runways accommodate an expanded schedule by national carriers, providing daily commuter, charter, domestic, and international flights. Just off the Atlantic City Expressway, free ground-level parking, hotel and casino shuttle buses, rental car services, expanded ticketing area, and personalized hospitality combine to make South Jersey conveniently accessible from all over the world. Next time, avoid the hassles of Philadelphia or New York and put your drive time to better use.
America's #1 television star, who's just been a Roman all around the country, Milton Berle.
My friends, we are here to celebrate the 80th anniversary of this unbelievable man. A man we all grew up with. A man who was aged with grace and senility. And all the jokes and all the fun and all the accolades, he's still a pretty good egg, and I think all of you know where eggs come from. If you will take just a brief moment, my friends, to look bisexually around this room and see not so much the quantity, but the quality of people who come to honor Milton Berle. And you vericate that decent people can sit together with apathy and suction and touch each other with peace of mind. Here at Resorts Hotel, you are wise enough to come here to assemble, to pay homage to this man, Milton Berle. Today especially, how important it is that we recognize that this, for 80 years in show business, he has made people laugh, forget their pain, their misery. He's made them laugh so that they could inspire to the full potential of their ability to resonate and have flux in time of bastion and strife. And I just, honest to God, I just made that up just now, in front of Frank.
Well, we're with Norm Crosby now, who has been a friend of Milton Berle's for, well, not quite 80 years, but well, close to it, though.
No, I've known Milton a long time, but I know David Spatz very well from when I first came to Atlantic City. You and I became friends, and I know you, and I think you're funnier than Milton. No, I shouldn't say that.
No, you shouldn't. He's an institution.
He's in his 80th year anniversary year. Amazing. He's 86 years old, and he's just terrific. He really is.
What do you remember about the first time you met Milton?
Well, I never really liked Milton. The first time I met Milton, it was up in the Catskill Mountains. I was working up there in my very beginning career days, and somebody, Alan Drake, comedian, took me over to meet Milton, and I was just so delighted to because we grew up watching Milton. He was the big man in comedy, and he was so nice. He said, "What are you doing? How are you doing?" He said, "I'd like to come home and catch you one night." And I knew he would never come and catch me, but it just made it sound like he really cared. And that's the whole secret of show business, David. If you can fake sincerity, then you got it made. You know that.
I certainly do. They call him the thief of bad gags. Has
Absolutely true.
He ever stolen a joke from you?
Everything. In fact, I'll tell you something funny. One time at a banquet in Los Angeles, he came over to me. He said, "Norm, I wonder if you'd mind. I heard you tell a story the other night at a banquet, and he said, it was just so wonderful. He said, I'd love to do it." And I was so excited. I said, my God, who would ever dream, in my career that Milton Berle would come to me and want to tell one of my jokes? And I said, sure, absolutely. And then I sat there and then the awe and the excitement wore off, and then I started to think, what am I, crazy? Why would I tell him go ahead and do my joke? But here, it's the myth is reality.
The legend is true.
It's absolutely true. Yes, he does that. He'll come, like we do so many charitable things, in Los Angeles. So many wonderful causes, City of Hope, heart disease, the Jerry Lewis Telethon, whatever. And Milton will hear you do a good story, and then you look at him, and he's smiling, and he's looking for the piece of paper, and you lost it. You lost it. It's not yours
forever.
Anymore. Yeah.
Right, because Milton will tell it. Everybody says, "Did you hear the one Milton told the other night?" That's great. Did he ever steal him? He didn't steal a malaprops from you, though. He couldn't do that.
No, that's
yours.
Fortunately, David, that's my thing. And in the end, no, really, what they can take is negligible stuff. It's nobody can ever take your act. Nobody can ever take, if you have a premise or a concept or an idea that's yours, the industry really does protect you. I've been home watching The Tonight Show, for example, and I'll hear somebody say something, and Johnny will say, "Hey, you've been talking to Norm Crosby," So the business does cover you that way. Jokes are public domain. Jokes belong to anybody. If you change the name of the street, it's a different joke.
It's a different joke, right. Well, Norm Crosby has been an extinct treasure to be electrocuting with you. Norm, good to see you again.
I have you always in warmth and affliction, and it's good to see you again.
Good to see you again. Thanks, Norm.
Bye-bye.
I have friends here who migrated here from Connecticut, which is closed this week. People from Philadelphia. People who came from a trailer, people from everywhere, Cincinnati and New Jersey even, some people. What difference does it make? We are one, we are people. We are fans of Milton Berle. That's the subliminal factor that merges us together because we care about this wonderful man, Milton Berle. I'm not ashamed to say that, even though right at this moment, I swear to God, my shorts are cutting into me. I don't care. I don't care. Jack Carter and I walked today, and all we talked about was Milton Berle. Am I right, Jack? So what if he peed in the bushes in front of Caesar's Palace? What difference does that make? We talked about Milton, Uncle Milty, or tradition. And we live by tradition. This is what our lives is, tradition. The early Vikings, when they first came to Los Angeles to play the Rams. This is tradition. That's right. It's not funny. Helen of Troy and her cousin Sylvia from Albany. This is tradition. Julius Caesar, caveat emptor, excalibur slebus, Dominicus rex, e pluribus unum, exit. That's all I know. I don't care. When they stabbed Brutus in the ventricle with a rusty shiv, and he got rigor motion of his lavatory duct and collapsed on the steps of the Acropolis. He collapsed on the steps of the Acropolis. This side understands everything I'm talking about. And they wrote down that he died from collapse, and that was in the book. David Spatz knows that.
All right, so you're looking for a little nosh now after the show?
Yeah, it's called Comedy a la Carter.
Comedy a la
Food
Carter.
a la Carter, yeah.
I asked Norm Crosby, I'll ask you, Milton Berle, for years, has been called the thief of bad gags. He's been stealing jokes. What's the best joke he ever stole from you?
You heard them all tonight. It's the one I like to do about the three women with the doctor and the mother and all. Well, he was doing it at the same time, but Also, he does one with "Do you want coffee, Jew?" I do a big long Spanish routine on that, where they mix up the J and the Y. "Do you want jus?" I bring you jus. But he doesn't go into it. He's happy with one line out of it.
But it's true though.
Also, you know, I do a big Italian routine. I do it here in Atlantic City. Hey, where are we going tonight? You want to go there? Hey, Tootsie. I said, you know, they have no necks. Because when they're born, the God screws the head in tighter. They shouldn't lose it. And the real joke is it's from being in front of the judge saying, "What gun? I didn't see no gun. I was peeling an apple, and the guy ran into my knife 27 times." See, but Milton is happy to just take one and go on to the next subject.
So he only takes a little bit.
He takes a chunk. He'll take a line, like one line out, and that's enough.
That's enough. Listen, you know, they call him the pioneer of TV comedy. But if my memory serves me correct, and I don't even go back that far, but I know my history books, you were on even a little bit earlier, though. In 48?
I did an ABC Minstrels with Pick and Pat and Minstrel Show, and I had Vic Damone and Liz Amaro as my singers, and we did sketches, too. And then
how's he get all the credit?
Then I did the Stars in '49, which was a big show, which was sponsored by Philadelphia, the drugstores, all over the country, and that was a big show. And then I went to NBC and joined Sid Caesar, where we did Saturday Night Review, my hour, and then Sid and Coca. Yesterday, a woman came up to Sid in the coffee shop. She said, "Oh, you and Imogene Coca. What's your name?"
You must have loved that.
No, my favorite is the woman that came up to me and said, "I don't mean to insult you, but are you Jack Carter?" That's my favorite.
Didn't you used to be Jack Carter?
Didn't you used to be Red Buttons? That's it. Yeah, but flunked the physical.
I think he didn't think Red's in town, as a matter of fact, this week.
Because all of his jokes were here tonight.
Then he's not here because he's working at another property.
He does the ones like in the Immortal Words, only he does it a different way.
He's the master of the roast. We won't tell Milton. You're still on the road. You're still after all these years. Are you still having fun with it, Jack?
Well, I'd like to come back here. I haven't been in Atlantic City in a while.
That's true. You were a regular here at the beginning.
But every hotel disappeared. Atlantis gone, Playboy gone. The Nugget turned into the Bally, and that took shows out. And the last thing I did here was the Showboat. The Showboat. That nice club room. Yeah. I had a wonderful weekend. I had a wonderful one day here.
One day. You did
what a run.
You were so wonderful that they're going to bring you back one of these days.
Yeah, one of these years, yeah.
Jack Carter, thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
Been a pleasure seeing you.
I'm glad you're here, alive and well.
Where else am I going to be?
We talked about you on the boardwalk today while walking, while picking nails out of our feet.
As long as the pigeons didn't get you away.
The heavy seagulls. The seagulls are here? I thought they were in Florida.
That's Norm's joke. Thank you, Jack.
Imagine flying 3,000 miles to lie about a man that lives right across the street from me. And Milton is so upset tonight, he got his first anti-Semitic letter today, and it was in Yiddish. But I love Milton, and you know, like Norm said when he was talking about President Clinton, we saw those, I was thinking about Ross Perot, what a cute little man. Hot damn, I'm gonna tell you. Some bitch, goddamn, yeah, we'll make a deal, hot damn. I saw a picture of him in his high school yearbook, and under the picture it said actual size. But this man will always be Uncle Milty to me. Always, because I have an uncle just like him. He's 85, senile, and breaks wind all the time. Milton is a human gas drum. This man is a walking artillery barrage. You have no idea what pain this man is in. And recently in New York, he went to a great New York doctor, one of those gastroenterologists, and he said, "Mr. Berle, here's a pill from England. You take it, but be very careful. It is very powerful. Call me the minute anything happens." About a week later, Milton said, "Doctor, it's wonderful. The pill worked. I got rid of all the gas. I'm so relieved. I'm so relaxed." Doc said, "Where are you calling from?" Milton said, "I'm in a phone booth at 59th and Lexington, where Bloomingdale used to be."
Here's the moment. This is the man we came to honor tonight. 80 years, wonderful years. Ladies and gentlemen, the piece de resistance. Would you welcome right now our honoree, our guest of honor, Milton Berle, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. All of you, you love me, you want me. I want to tell you how happy I am to be here tonight. And I think it's a little too late to save the show. You know, ladies and gentlemen, in my long career in show business, sincerely, I have received many, many tributes, many awards, plaques, Emmys, honors, but I must confess that tonight, without a doubt, this is the most recent. All night I've been sitting in this chair listening to all of these schmucks putting me down, and I've been saying to myself, what the hell am I doing here? Believe me, I've had as much fun tonight as a gynecologist examining Phyllis Diller.
Well, Milton, congratulations on 80 years in show business.
Yep, pardon me for blowing the smoke in your face.
No problem.
But,
Hey, you must have started, very young.
well, this is the 80th anniversary. I started in 1913, and I was 5 years old. And how should I go about it?
A child prodigy?
Well, not a child prodigy. I was originally a boy model for press ads, for hats and Bloomingdale's and Wanamaker's and sweaters and all that stuff. Then I was the original, I don't know if you know this, David, I was the original Buster Brown boy, you know, Prince Valiant House.
Really? That was you?
You know, my name is Buster Brown. I live in a shoe. This is my dog, Tig. He lives there, too. So that's how I started. Then I got a job with, my mother got a job with Charlie Chaplin back in 1914, and I was in silent pictures. And I went to California, and in Tilly's Punctured Romance with Marie Dressler and Chaplin. And then I appeared with Mary Pickford and Douglas Fairbanks Sr., and it would take a little too long to do the whole thing about it, but it hasn't been easy, you know that.
I know that.
I know you very well, David, and I've been here in Atlantic City many, many times. And you're doing television now, and you don't find television that easy, do you? No, you don't.
No, there's an art to it.
Well, at least you're on tape now, you see. When I did television, back in the 50s or the late 40s, we didn't have tape. The audience got what they saw what they got. If a joke died, it died.
So there was no safety net, no parachute for you.
No. You'd have to put in what we call, if a joke died, a protective line, like there must be people out there I hear breathing, you know what I mean? And if you bombed, you bombed. And you didn't have a chance to take it off. You didn't get a second chance. Here you do get a second chance. If you say to your wonderful cameraman here, cut, let's take that over again, you can do it. Even the sitcoms that are on today, or any of the shows that are on today, they have tape. And tape started in 1954. And before that, I was doing everything live. Some of the shows were dead, but I was on live. Anyway...
You lost, though, a bunch of shows when they erased a lot of those old kinescopes, didn't
NBC did it, and they did the same to Carson. But I sustained the shows, or retained the shows that I did. I own practically every one of them, from the Texaco Star Theater. I got 156 hours of Yours Truly, which is pure gold, which is on the market right now with a 1-800 number. I don't know if you know that.
No, I didn't know that. You can buy the best of?
Well, it's called Biggest Laughs of the Texaco Star Theater. It's 3 hours, and it's a 1-800 number. And if anybody wants to... Is there an animal act on the show? I'm itchy here. Anyway...
no, just Jack Carter.
Who's she? Anyway, what I'm about... If you want to laugh, get a seat out front. But... if the folks want to get those 3 hours, it's really wholesome, funny comedy. And you saw some of the clips tonight. They're
precious. They're absolutely priceless.
You see, that's with Martin and Lewis and Elvis Presley and Hope and with all the big names. So the number to call, it's like a promo, I'm doing a plug, is 1-800-MB
Milton Berle.
Video. No, not Milton Berle. No, this is the dial. Let me repeat it.
Okay.
Please, I work alone.
Okay.
1-800-MB video, video. Just dial that thing out. 1-800-M and a B and a BIDEO, right? And you will send away for these, and they're really wonderful to have. There's 3 straight hours of really hilarious moments with all the great stars, and it's great for the younger people that have never. They might say to themselves, oh, "Who the heck is Milton Berle? Who?" Maybe in the 21st century. Well, you might have it's a collector's item, by the way, David.
I would imagine so.
And it's right out of my archives. And one night you run a Berle night, and you tell your kids that's who Milton was. They may like it, they may not, but it's wholesome family entertainment. And it's not like, how shall I put it? I don't like to put this down too much, but it's not like the shows that you're seeing today on cable that use 4-letter words. And let me speak to you, David, just say to you, thank you very much for being here to see the show tonight. I hope you liked it.
I enjoyed it immensely.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Here in Atlantic City, I think it's different to do a show like this. It's never been done down here, except when a few of the personal ones that I was on with you. But I mean to put it into a cabaret.
They did it once, I think, for you at Caesars, maybe.
Yeah, but
in
I'm
the
talking
75th.
about.
But
yeah, but I'm not talking about that.
You're talking an ongoing thing.
No, I'm usually the roast master, and the idea to put it here in Atlantic City into a nightclub. Not that I need to work. I mean, I don't have to work at all. But I think I like to make people laugh. That's all. And I think this is a novelty for Atlantic City to get a guest star like Tommy Lasorda and rib roast him for 1 week or 2 with a lot of good roasters like Jack Carter and Norm Crosby and Sid Caesar and Jesse White, myself, and many, many others, Don Rickles and different people, and play it here as long as we want to play it. And I think it'll be a hell of an attraction. I'm not selling it, but I'm just saying it's one thing they missed out here.
I think it's a great idea, and if we can make it happen, we will. Milton, again, congratulations on 80 wonderful years of making us laugh.
Thank you, and that's the name of the game, laughter. It's the most important word in the dictionary. Also, the word H-E-A-L-T-H, health. If you haven't got your health, the rest means nothing. God bless you, David.
God bless you, too. Congratulations, Milton.
What a pleasure it is to me to be honored here tonight and be your guest and have you reciprocate and thank everyone on the dais. That's the first thing. So before I split, I sincerely want to thank everyone that I just thanked. But before I split, I'd like to leave you on a different note. I'd like to leave you with my own special lyric that I wrote to a great standard show business song that best expresses how I feel about all of you and the wonderful world of entertainment. It goes like this. I've had quite a hectic career. Every year brought a smile and a tear, and I've enjoyed every time I'd appear for your entertainment. I've known ever since I was 5 that in life I could only survive on the stage keeping laughter alive for your entertainment. To me, every night is an opening night. To hand you a laugh is my one big delight, and I'm sure Irving Berlin was right when he said, there's no biz that ever compares to showbiz. Those years, gee, how quickly they flew. Everyone so refreshingly new. And though I've spent over 80 with you, I'd give 80 more as long as it's for your entertainment. Thank you. God bless.
Well, next weekend, there really isn't a lot doing in the Atlantic City Casino showrooms. It's not a big surprise because the first week of the new year is generally a down week. But it's down but not out. There's one act in town, and if you can get tickets, good luck. Michael Bolton is appearing at the Trump Taj Mahal in the Mark Edis Arena. That'll be the 7th and the 8th. Last time I checked, they were sold out, but give Ticketmaster a try at 1-800-736-1420. You never know. A block of tickets might be returned, and you'll get lucky. And that'll just about do it for this week's show. I'm David Spatz. For all of us here at the show, thanks so much for being with us, and we leave you right now with the comedy roast of Milton Berle. Bye-bye, everybody.
The David Spatz Show has been brought to you by Merv Griffin's Resorts, Atlantic City's #1 casino hotel.
In America, but all over the world. And here to tell you about that is the artistry of the great Sid Caesar, ladies and gentlemen. Sid Caesar.
Merci, mesdames et messieurs. Est-ce qu'il vous ont l'entraître de la citoyenne, je ne soyez nos hommes mes prêts Milton Berle. Le grand seigneur Milton Berle. Avec ton poignet sur l'air, tout le monde dit à les quêtes. Je ne suis pas dit, mais l'autre de ma famille, la commodité qui était là, la comédie française. La comédie française, votre poignet là, français, l'autre poignet là, je ne suis pas bien à la pitologie, la croyée. Son créateur, le grand Charlemagne. Charlemagne, autant prêtre de Babylone, hein, oui? L'entreprise de la croyée. Milton Berle, votre dans le grand seigneur. Sous la croyée, la femme de la Genova. Genova, l'adresse, Notre-Dame, Milton Berle, pour payer l'adresse. Je n'avais vu ma collision de Napoléon. Le scandale, on a un scratch, comme le papier là,